Lawmakers are pushing toward the finish line as the legislative session comes to a close tomorrow. Among the last bills being considered is Senate Bill 625. It would limit how much families using Education Freedom Account funds can spend on extracurricular activities and transportation. Channel 7's Andrew Mobley has more tonight. Andrew.
State Senator Breanne Davis, who filed Senate Bill 625, says tighter parameters are needed to prevent potential misuse of taxpayer dollars going to the LEARNS Act voucher program. The centerpiece of Governor Sanders' overhaul of Arkansas's education system with the LEARNS Act is Education Freedom Accounts, or EFA, the school choice voucher program that provides Arkansas families with nearly $7,000 in state funding to spend on education-related expenses such as private school tuition or homeschooling programs. Until now, the state has capped the number of students who can participate in the voucher program at 14,000, as it prepares to open it up to every student in Arkansas in the 2025 to 2026 school year. Ahead of that statewide implementation, lawmakers like Davis, who sponsored the LEARNS Act, say it's become apparent that more limits are needed on how the money can be spent on extracurriculars.
We were able to see some trends and patterns, and I want to be clear, we're not saying that homeschool parents were abusing the funds at all, but we noticed that we probably needed to put some caps in there to make sure that most of the funds were being spent on educational tools. And when you think traditionally of what educational tools might be as far as curriculum and things like that.
Davis's bill places a cap on extracurricular spending at 25% of funds allocated to a student's account in a fiscal year, preventing parents from potentially spending all of the roughly $7,000 on things like youth sports, but with exceptions for arts, music, or STEM courses offered by public schools.
We took out the arts, music, STEM, and put it in a co-curricular category so students could continue not having caps on something like that.
Senate Bill 625 also caps spending on student transportation at 25% of EFA funds per fiscal year. Not all lawmakers are happy about the restrictions proposed in the bill.
Whether it's band, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, and I think all of those contribute to an overall education experience for individual students. Anything that we do that begins to limit those things and takes away some of the options and flexibility that parents have to tailor the needs for their individual student become much more challenging.
And just to be clear, families participating in the Education Freedom Account program receive those funds in an online account through which they can only buy educational goods and services from a set list of providers and vendors approved by the state. On your side, I'm Andrew Mobley.
Right, Andrew, thank you. Senate Bill 625 goes to the House floor tomorrow. In the meantime, Education Freedom Account applications for the 2025-2026 school year are now open. You can find a link at katv.com.